there was ceasefire talks happening.
That's right.
With Hamas and Israel. And sort of the sad truth that I think a lot of us expected and maybe didn't get quite enough attention yesterday, which was part of the deal was going to be that Hamas would release 100 hostages. And pretty much Hamas responded with, we don't have 100 left.
Yeah, we don't have 40
We don't have 40 left.
Right, that are alive that will comply. And that's, like you said, I think a lot of us were worried about that, especially because Israel has repeatedly, agreed to negotiate and made agreements on the negotiations. And every single time Hamas has said no. And so it was very telling of, well, perhaps they're saying no because they don't have the hostages to release. And now they've actually admitted that at least they don't have 40 hostages that they can release for this agreement.
Especially under the criteria and the framework that was being negotiated with the mediators, Qatar and Egypt. It is.
I think people need to understand that how this works because you think like, well, they're going to place a call. How does this work?
Right. So the United States works with Egypt and Qatar, which both have delegations and sort of
working relationships.
Diplomatic relationships to some degree with representatives from Hamas so that they can take care of issues like this. It's not like we're sending our Secretary of State to go directly meet with the heads of Hamas in the Four Seasons in Qatar, where they like to hang out and live a lifestyle unlike the people that are oppressed in Gaza by Hamas. But it is sad. It is something we sort of expected. But I also think that this is telling because this does take some of the guardrails off of Israel, which was trying desperately to get hostages home. I think it also raises a lot of questions for this administration because there, I believe the number was 10 unaccounted for hostages from the previous deals that are American citizens.
Yep.
And if Hamas is saying they don't have 40 that meet the criteria, maybe those U.S. citizens were outside of the criteria of this negotiated deal. But I think that if the Biden administration keeps placating Hamas as they have been at the UN, from the podium of the White House briefing room, from the President of the United States himself, I think that they have a lot of explaining to do when it comes to why they weren't fighting every single day to get 10 U.S. citizens freed, which may, if they are included in this 40 they don't have, could possibly no longer be living.